we saw in our first game is not Gangstas, but Gang Unit. So opening out bans again, just more popular bans. You know, there's still Shen Ramus, Shaco, and then we also see Udyr ban as well, which is something that Gang Unit actually had troubles with against CTX. Was it?
Yep.
The CTX. Sorry, ordering food. And so they do ban out the Udyr, and then Cassin again Morgana. So a lot of Morgana bans, actually a lot. So we do see first pick coming. Again, most of these bans are again just things that are very strong individually and can cause a lot of problems. If not, you know, if teamwork isn't coordinated enough, they tend to roll over and just start to, you know, have free reign over stuff. They cause a lot of pressure and they cause players to play passively or just forced to give up stuff. So first pick on blue, we do have Warwick. Warwick's actually really strong right now, especially as like this top lane because of this on-hit lifesteal and damage proc now that works with his passive. Don't know if this is going to be middle, or sorry, like a jungle or a top lane Warwick yet. Instead, we do see Gang Unit locking in Sona like last game, and might see Wukong again. Wukong didn't fare too well the last time against the Rumble, but we will see. So we will see on how this goes. So what would you like to see, Miss Dirge?
I would love to see really strange and awkward, if not very different picks, because it's fun. Like, just, like, I don't know.
Like what?
A Blitz Star.
Like Karma?
Blitz Star lane.
AP Karma?
Oh, AP Karma. I really hate the fact that people don't seem to appreciate Karma. She's strange and interesting, and I think more people should play Karma.
Because Karma sucks.
Exactly. But it's
okay.
funny because
some AP Karmas that get really going are really funny to watch. They're so good, like strong.
Exactly.
So alright, so Genyu does lock in again. Previous to their other game, they do have Sona and Wukong. And now we have TEG locking Ezreal and Lee Sin. So Lee Sin's actually a lot more popular now, actually following Hanover with Boy's top Lee Sin. Against a lot of bruisers, he fares very well, especially if you max Safeguard first. It gives you so much sustain from the Iron Will that follows after Safeguard. You can just block so much damage in trade, and then Cripple does so much as well. And actually right now we already have a lot of, quite a heavy poke amount on TEG side with Ezreal. And poke actually is getting a lot stronger now because sustain is going down quite a bit. Like Sona's sustain has gone down, the Taric sustain has gone down, Alistar, Soraka, it's all gone down. And that makes poking actually a lot stronger because you can't keep up with it enough. And if there's enough poke, you don't have enough heal to keep up with it. And it causes a lot of pressure, and there's a dynamic to it that, you know, people sometimes get impatient if they keep getting poked down. It can force people to make mistakes and other such. So Genyu now locking Corki and Mundo. Mundo's actually really good in jungle now too. He's actually one of like the fastest clears. And he's very strong, especially if you run like a Smite Exhaust, he can counter jungle, and if he catches you, he's very strong. And he has very good dragon and nerd control because of the cleaver. When mobs are at full health, it deals a percentage damage. And so we actually have quite a bit of poke back on Purple's side as well. We see Xerath actually being locked. You don't see a lot of Xerath players actually. Low and actually a lot of like high level players. There's not a whole lot of Xerath players. Because he is a bit tricky to play, but he's also like, he's slightly harder to play compared to some other heroes. But he does have a lot of poke, so we do see this blue side of TEG with a heavy amount of poke right now. We do see Soraka also as well being picked up for that last pick after Xerath.
We'll see whatever the big goof decides to. Oh, deciding to take that brand again for his team. Now, brand against Xerath. I guess, Yuhn, what's your opinion on that?
Very early, Brand can fare well against Xerath. Once he starts to hit the later levels though, Xerath is has a lot of chances to basically 100-0 Brand with a full combo with Ultimate and Ignite. But early Brand can do some work with it, especially with the Mundo gank. It would help a lot just because Warwick ganks aren't super strong until he hits level 6. Otherwise, he's relying on getting red buff and running out and smacking someone. And because the red buff doesn't proc anymore on spells, which it did, actually that made war gangs actually pretty good before, because you could just get red at like level 4, you just run out and Q someone, it would red proc them.
But Xerath right now still has teleport. Do you think he could go top and we'll see Lee
I highly
Sin
doubt it. We'll see Xerath middle and Lee Sin's top. So quickly, we do see there's heavy amounts of poke with both sides actually right now. Ezreal, Lee Sin, and Xerath can actually poke decently well, and Lee Sin can also actually use the follow-up on Resonating Strike to poke in and out as long as he just doesn't get caught. And they actually have quite a bit of stun and like lockdown on this over a gangsta or gang units team actually. We'll go over these lane matchups quickly, but as this delay period hits, we're going to watch some really cheesy commercials that make me laugh every time I see them. So we'll be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys right now are watching the Enter the Rift tournament on Overclocked Gaming. Today we're going to be doing a $10 RP giveaway over Twitter, so get on Twitter, use hashtag ETRYEG and follow OK Gaming, and just throw up a tweet or two with that hashtag, and towards the end of the day we will announce the winner. We're going to be doing the same thing once again tomorrow as well. You can also win a meal from Oodle Noodle if you are from the Edmonton area. Do the same thing, hashtag ETRYEG, and be sure to be following at OK Gaming as well as at Oodle_Noodle, and you'll be able to pick up your meal at any Oodle Noodle location. April 7th at Overclock Gaming and Computers is going to be Overkill 2. It's an FPS tournament featuring Counter-Strike 1.6 on the PC, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and Halo Reach, both for the Xbox 360. Entry fee is $20 a person. Tournament's going to start at noon that day. Definitely want to come on down for that. Counter-Strike obviously being 5-on-5. Call of Duty, I think, being Call of Duty and Reach being 2-on-2, if I'm not mistaken. Also, Thursday nights at Overclock Gaming and Computers is League of Legends night. Come on down for $10 if you're a member, or $15 for non-members from 6 to 10 p.m. Level up your game, meet some new League of Legends players that are local to the Edmonton area, and make some friends. Have a good time. We're also doing some Twitter spotlights. If you've got a funny tweet, you have a chance to get it shown on the stream. And be sure to follow Overclock Gaming and Computers online, of course, twitter.com/OKGaming. Facebook.com/overclockcomputers. That link on the stream is actually a little bit out of date there. YouTube.com/overclocked Edmonton is where you'll be able to find all of the VODs from today and more information on upcoming events as well as the venue itself at www.overclock.com. This event also being hosted by Edmonton Gamers. They're here helping out the reffing and keeping everything nice and smooth. You can be sure to check them out online at www.edmontongamers.com. Twitter.com/EdmontonGamers, YouTube.com/EdmontonGamers, and Facebook.com/EdmontonGamers. And we're going to go to a quick commercial from our wonderful sponsor, Gamer Grub, and when we get back into it, we're going to be just about finished with that delay period. We're going to be able to jump right into the game. Don't go anywhere.
Alright, welcome back. Here we go as we start to load up this game right now. So, quickly again, this is our losers bracket round 1. On the blue side we have Team Edmonton Gamers, TEG, and on the right side we have Gang Unit. So, right now looking out, we're just going to go over matchups really quick right now. So, actually SilverDirge is going to explain to us this mid matchup between Xerath Brand quickly.
Oh my god. Hang on, my computer is freezing really strangely. Okay, there we go. Xerath Brand. Oh, not quite sure if I can do any analysis quite as well as you did.
We'll go for it.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, Xerath Brand in middle lane. We don't see a whole lot of Brand since his release, but we've got his range, but we've also got kind of the burstiness that Brand has as soon as he's able to get a full combo off. But up until, I guess, the late game, if Brand lets Xerath get out of control, he can 100-0 Brand almost instantly, especially since he can just turret up and shoot from however distance he needs to go. And Brand really needs to be able to get close in order to do that. So I guess it's a matter of whether or not Rain or the Big Gook get their combos off first. But up until then, I think early game, Xerath is going to get his ass handed to him by Brand, since he's just got so much more strength than him. But
actually, here we go. We have Wukong leading the charge here on this blue right now, and Xerath is actually very close by. I'm surprised they didn't keep going for that. Xerath not starting with boots actually at all. We do have the Soraka and Ezreal all the way bottom. So quickly going over this right now, we might actually see them go for this. There's no real strong CC that they have right now, so there's actually no real CC anywhere. Throwing the Q actually misses the Corki right now, so they might actually go for this. If not, there's the CV down, so they are just going to back out of this. So, Ezreal hitting that Q, and Corki Valkyrie's out. So quickly going over the matchup, bottom lane. So we'll have Soraka and Ezreal, which is the lane dynamic's really good because Soraka adds a lot to you. Because Ezreal is very mana intensive, and it's a very, poke kind of lane. He's very slippery, and you can either play this lane very aggressively because Ezreal actually does a lot of damage early game. Ezreal probably does the most damage level 1 out of any of the ADs because of Mystic Shot, and he's a very slippery hero as well. And you can either play this lane very offensively or very defensively, and you can't deny an Ezreal farm because of Mystic Shot, and it's the same case with Corki. As soon as Corki has Missile Barrage, it's hard to deny farm because they can just poke. But both lanes are actually very poke-like. Sona Corki actually has kind of the edge in that offensive matchup with Corki's Phosphorus Bomb as well as the Sona if she's scaling Q. Actually, this Sona is going W again, so we might see more of a defensive play. So could be free reign for this. Again with infuses, Ezreal can just start poking down. And try and get ahead and just start to put pressure. Again, the dynamic poke has in this game, some people really like that, just that sense of, you just whittle someone down just little by little by little, and it starts to put pressure. And interesting enough, we have the Golem killing Mundo actually. Mundo's going to fall. Mundo took that red buff, and he's actually going to lose it to this Golem camp near the top of the lane, which is a very big blunder. He's already going to start getting set behind right now. And so Warwick is actually Warwick realizing this is actually heading over to this blue golem where he should be right now, and he'll be able to take that with ease as his smite is actually just coming off cooldown, and Mundo is actually heading back towards the top of the map. This isn't good. This Mundo is going to get denied farm, and again it's going to be the Syndrome War. Actually he got CV'd. I didn't realize what CV it was, but it looks like is Mundo going to be heading down, not too sure. But this blue golem is actually going to be taken out, and again Artificial Sky with the Pantheon in the very first game we saw is going to start getting behind a lot faster. Oh man.
First blood.
Oh my gosh. Not watching carefully, but Ezreal actually picking up first blood on this Corki right now. Sorry, I apologize for that. We're going to start cleaning this up a little bit more.
The Corki burning Flash, but deciding to keep Summoner heal up. Not quite sure why.
Oh, and Soraka flashes randomly on the bottom side of the lane, so Soraka flashes down for no reason, really. But we will see. Anyway, sorry, going back to this, trying to get back on topic, the Mundo actually hasn't gone with Burning Agony, which is his tool that he uses to clear the jungle fast. So his jungle is, 1, he's already behind, and 2, it's even going to be slower. So right now, Artificial Sky is looking at another game close to the Pantheon game where he's going to get just behind in jungle, and he might not have any relevance coming into this game.
Yeah, we are seeing also, Big Gook here taking a chunk from Rain. Doing an excellent job here on the Xerath. They keep trading blows, their health is approximately the same, and the two of them also have Doran's rings right now, so whoever takes blue first, or whoever manages to get yet another combo or a gank off, will likely die as first blood.
We do see Warwick coming up from behind the bush. Isn't going to get it as this. Is he going to go for this? Here's the Q smite. Oh, and Brand not paying attention. If he just paid attention to that, that wouldn't have been a kill. He literally just walked up, Q autoed. And if he was just watching, that wouldn't have gone down, actually. So again, just blunders right now from this gang unit team. Just misplay. So right now, top I want to see. So this Lee Sin isn't scaling into Safeguard. If he did, he would be able to actually out-trade this Wukong heavily. It actually gives you a lot of sustain. Instead, going for that Q instead. Sorry.
Playing really passively right now, but 2 kills on the Team EG right now. That'll set them a little over 1.5k gold ahead.
More trades are going down bottom right now. Corki's getting extremely low. One more auto attack, and down goes Corki again for the second time. So we already see Team Edmonton Gamers pulling ahead right now, just getting some easy, quick kills right now. And Mundo, again, being behind, is just not going to be able to pull up. He's, again, just scaling into Cleaver, so his jungle is going to be very, very, very slow. I'm just not too sure why he's not scaling into Burning Agony, as that would just make him so much quicker right now.
Lee Sin just headed back.
We're going to try and pick up the commentary a little bit. I apologize. So right now we're just going to look. CS right now, 36 on Ezreal, or 37 on Ezreal now, compared to this Corki's 22. He does have a Doran's and this Boots of Speed right now, so going to try and keep himself a bit in lane with his Doran's Blade right now. We have mid lane. We have Brand actually at 33 with Xerath at 16. Both actually don't have Boots, and they both have just 2 Doran's rings, which actually makes them susceptible to ganks if anyone steps out. But this Xerath, if he's just keeping attention, doesn't need to be too afraid of Mundo, who's just so far behind right now, only level 3 compared to Warwick, who's actually up at level 5 right now, and just poking away at this Wukong up top. Lee Sin returning to lane, getting that cloth armor as well as a Vamp Scepter, looking to most likely go into Wriggles again, something that you will usually see in Bruiser versus Bruiser lanes. Mundo finally picking up a Claw, hopefully will make his jungle a bit quicker. The CS top, 27 to this Lee Sin to the 26 of Wukong. So we're close, despite Lee Sin actually going in right now. So Warwick also is actually getting quite far ahead again. Level 5 to this Mundo's level 3, only has Claw right now. It needs to start picking up and start getting some pressure out there. We do have some wards bottom, both in the river right now. Blue's already starting to ward up heavily. One up here, so they will be able to see this Mundo if he tries to come down around through the red side jungle on the blue side, or if he just tries to come straight down the river by Dragon, and this bottom lane on blue side will see that coming. Ezreal actually already has Sheen as well, so his attack power, or the damage that they can do bottom, is actually going to outweigh Purple's very heavily. Here he goes, Arcane shifting in. He just hit level 6, hitting some Mystic shots right now. Sona getting in the way right now. Throwing out some more Mystic shots, auto attacks, getting some big damage. Throwing out more. Is the ult going to come down? No, instead, there's the Mystic shot with the Sheen proc, taking out Corki. Corki now going to be 0-3, and he's just falling down the hole ever so much again. They can't trade with this, and they shouldn't be trying to poke out right now. So this bottom lane of Ezreal Soraka is has a very strong footing right now. Again, trying to arcane shift. This Ezreal playing very aggressive because he can, and they know that this Mundo is very far behind, so the pressure being exerted is close to nothing right now. So this bottom lane actually is a lot of free Rain bottom. Again, just throwing out more Mystic shots there, as we do see Rain going to be getting this blue buff from Warwick, who's already level 6 right now, so he'll be able to get those Warwick ganks off. Wukong and Lee Sin now. Oh my goodness, again, this Ezreal now putting his lead at 4-0 right now, getting another kill on this Sona. This bottom tower is actually going to be going down very quickly right now.
Yeah, Corki deciding to stick around, but Dark Supremacy giving free reign of Ezreal. Oh, there's the arcane shift, engaging onto Corki, who flashes, trying to get out of the way. Oh,
Corki Valkyrieing over. Oh. Excellent juke. Here's the flash, missing the Mystic shot, not going to get it. Can you get the auto attack to proc? No, not quite. Both on even speed, and that Corki is just going to juke himself out right now. But right now, Gang Unit is in a lot of trouble right now. The gold lead's actually already setting nearly 4k gold ahead, or just at 9 minutes in right now. So they are pinging this blue, looking to see it, but they know they are going to go for this dragon. They do know the blue will spawn soon because Warwick did steal it. The dragon's actually going to go down right now. Ezreal looking to back. Let's look at Ezreal's gold, 1200. So he'll have a second part of this. He will be able to buy Phage if he wants that second part of the Triforce right after this dragon. He will have enough for that. And there the blue spawn is, so look for a contest there. Right now, again, Brand and Xerath just poking back and forth. Looking at CS, Ezreal 57 to 34 of this Corki. This Corki's very far behind, also because he's also died 3 times in lane. Top, we have Lee Sin 50 to 48. Again, that's very close. Both are opting for that Wriggles build. The Mundo is actually level 5 right now. Where's Warwick? Level 6, so nearly level 7 right now. We actually do see Oh my gosh, another kill going down from Xerath onto this Brand. So right now gang unit is again just, it's slipping out of their hands right now as they are getting dominated almost everywhere except for top lane right now.
That blue buff there definitely gave Xerath an edge, being able to poke down Brand, and eventually Brand just couldn't take the pressure from Xerath. Does burn Flash in an attempt to get out of there, but since Xerath has that range, he'll just
due to the fact that Brand also had no boots, it's very easy for him to land that combo. He gets a, what is it, Mage Chain? Yeah, Mage Chain stun, then he just throws the ult down. And doesn't matter because Brand's too slow to get out of it. And now Lee Sin is, oh, you do see Wukong just warring up right now. Wukong and Lee Sin now just kind of trading back and forth. Wukong just a bit ahead right now in health right now. So you do see, oh, there's another trade right now with the Safeguard and the Cripple. Not doing enough damage in this. Wukong is actually starting to bully out Lee Sin a bit. And we're looking at items quick. We do see, oh, no, Ezreal has gone for BF Sword right now. So he's very far ahead in terms of damage right now. He's so strong, especially when this Ezreal has such a strong early and mid game. When you add that he already has a Sheen and a BF Sword at 11 minutes in, he becomes so strong and he can just apply so much pressure. And if this Mundo actually tries to gank this lane, there's actually a high chance that instead Ezreal will just kill Mundo instead. Mundo is still quite a ways behind. We do see Lee Sin now picking up Ninja Tabby and Wriggle, so he'll have high sustain in this lane and just be able to take this, take the harassment back and just start to out-trade this Wukong, unless Wukong comes out with the same items as he is starting to back right now.
We have Artificial Sky here on Mundo, again kind of struggling with that jungle. He's really far behind right now, still sitting on the Madreds, will likely grab a Wriggles too.
He still doesn't have points in W. That's the fastest tool you have to clear. And just, it's not helping. Here we go, just some trades middle quickly right now between Rain and Brand right now. Lee Sin warring up the top right now. We do see this, Ezreal is actually 2 levels up right now. This bottom lane is out-leveling this bot lane. This Corki is just so far behind right now. It's very hard for him to get any sort of farm in right now. He is falling behind again. 30 CS, this Ezreal is up now. He's just so much stronger, so they have to be very careful. And we do see Mundo now looking to probably assist his bot lane, finally having that boots and trying to get that move speed to see if he can get anything there. And we do see Warwick actually, as well as Xerath now pushing down this tower. Brand has to be very careful in case of this Warwick decides to possibly flash ult, and then he'll just Xerath combo for free. Just take him down very, very quickly. Instead they... We do see now that this blue team here from TEG invading the, putting some more pressure on this blue side jungle for purple. We do see Warwick coming out here, just starting to poke back at this Mundo right now, as they are pretty deep in here right now, applying so much pressure, and it's very hard for them to come back. A 5k gold lead for TEG, just putting them so far up. Especially Xerath actually has cooldown boots now, and 3 Dorn Rings, so much damage over Brand actually. It's quite a bit ahead of Brand. Same level, but just the one item will give him that advantage, and now his range is going to start prevailing. And as well as that speed though, it will be easier for Brand to dodge some of that. Top lane, Quickie again, looking at the CS, 85 for Ezreal, 56 for Corki. Corki again just is falling so far behind, but there's no real point to reiterate that so many times. We do have Moon actually coming up behind the Xerath right now. Xerath putting it into that, what's it called, Locust? Yeah, I don't even know what Locust is. Instead, here he goes, bursting in. He actually missed that last ultimate burst onto this Mundo. Might have been enough to kill him, but unfortunately now we will never know. Probably enough to kill him. Missing that. Instead, they do we do see Warwick heading up towards the top jungle now. Here is Wukong. Is he going to be able to ult this? Holding it. There's the decoy. Warwick now infinite duressing this Lee Sin. Now he is going to get caught. Oh, missing the Tempest. Isn't going to get that cripple. They're going to try and dive on this. There's the Dragon Kick. Not quite enough. And Wukong now ulting both of them on the turret right now. There's the Ignite taking him down. Safeguard is going to be just enough. 64 health is going to keep Lee Sin alive. And they are going to take that kill and dig it out. And now their lead extends 7-0, nearly 6,000 gold advantage. Looking bottom again, Ezreal and Soraka are just sieging in down this tower right now. Corki and Sona have no answer back for this.
Yeah, being able to pressure 2, if not 3 lanes at once. This is allowing TEG to have complete control over anything that Gang's unit is trying to do right now. We got Rain picking up the blue buff for himself yet again. The Big Ook has not been able to take that whatsoever since Ezreal keeps stealing that here in this corner with that vision over Gangs United's units. Sorry, I keep butchering their name. Gang Units Blue just respawned. I would expect to see both Ezreal and Soraka turning around to grab that later. Mundo still behind level 7. And
Ezreal actually nearly doubling the gold of Corki right now. It's so dangerous. Ezreal is so strong. He's just getting there, like, so powerful. You have to be very careful of this. But they do have so much pressure now. Again, with this poke, they can just continue to poke. And the Soraka sustain isn't going to be enough. Corki actually going back, buying another Doran's Blade to try and keep up with it, giving himself that little bit of lifesteal and that health. Try to keep him in, but it's not going to be enough. Ezreal actually ulting down and picking up the kill on Sona with the True Shot Barrage. We do see the Mundo and Corki coming down. They aren't going to be able to chase these two. They are very slippery. Ezreal again, that Arcane Shift. He is such a slippery champion. You need that. Here we go, middle actually, Rain trying to burst down the big Gook. Gook now actually getting that flash, flashing in, trying to get that Arcano Pulse. Doesn't quite get it as Brand also flashes out. And Brand is going to escape, but this middle tower is going to go down right now. No one else is there to get it, so Rain is going to get this free middle tower right now. And again, they're just going to assert more map control, and more pressure is going to be applied with this heavy poke, as the dragon has also spawned again, as well as the blue. We do see Ezreal now going to probably come pick up this enemy blue buff right now. However, here comes Mundo, as well as Sona and Corki are quite nearby, but there's not a whole lot they can do, especially if this Warwick comes to help them. So 3-on-2 right now. They're all just poking here. They are trying to fight over this blue buff right now. Ezreal, big poke damages on this Mundo right now. Again, still trying to go for it right now. They are just stalling, throwing more Mystic shots in. The poke is pretty heavy, but we do have Brand here as well, so they need to be very careful as they are 4v2 up here. But we do see Xerath actually teleporting in right here, just getting hit by Brand on the teleport. As Gang Unit is finally pulling the blue in, and it's getting released right now. And here comes, there's the R, oh, and no, Warwick actually decides to smite steal that, so they're going to take that, and they're going to transition over this Baron right now. Look at the health. Well, the health has been lowered on Mundo, so he just doesn't have it. They don't have, do they have smite? No, no smite for Mundo, so they're not even going to try to contest this. Nearly a 10k gold lead now, 8-0 for Team Edmonton Gamers, and they're just so in control right now. Gang Unit is very far behind.
Yeah, Big Gook still sitting on double Dorans to the triple Dorans on Xerath, including the needlessly large Broad. So
Ezreal picking up IE, Soraka also completing or buying an Oracles. And so now there's just so much pressure that Team Edmonton Gamers can do. If they just ward jungle and just start to like push and poke with with the blue buff. Blue buffs aren't up right now, so if they do decide to poke, they can just poke down towers and do so much damage right now. Instead, Soraka and Ezreal are gonna go bottom and apply the pressure they've been placing on bottom almost the whole game right now. As we do see the entire team of Gang Unit just up in the top, or the red side jungle of purple side, trying to look for something right now. But they are just pushing. Lee Sin and Wukong again have just been staying out here farming. Again, very even. 111 for Lee Sin to this 103 of Wukong. So not too far different, basically the same items, Ninja Tabbies and Wriggles. So they both have high amounts of armor, and they're both having a bunch of sustain to themselves. Okay, again, looking at, but we do see, again, Mundo is still just very far behind at level 8. So it's very hard for him to do anything, and there we go, Ezreal and Soraka just continue to push bottom, taking another turret now, 3 turrets down. They're just going to keep pressing this. It's very hard because they need so much of their team to, you know, finally get down this Ezreal and Soraka. They need that Harvest Seed, they need that stun off Brand, or they need that Sona ult to just chain it. There we go, Arcane shifting in, Mystic Shot, big, 3/4 of Sona's health goes down right now, and they're going to start pushing onto this turret. Brand is occupied middle, Mundo's near there. Corki and Sona don't have that much help right now, as this Ezreal just continues to barrel down the turret, having high amounts of damage now with that IE. 19 minutes in, he has so much damage right now. All Corki can do is poke back with rockets, which aren't going to do nearly as much damage as this Mystic Shot. Here comes Mundo though, actually finds Soraka. There's the cleaver, and Ezreal actually Arcane shifting over. Oh my god, Mundo's taking so much damage. There's a crit. Is he going to die? Not quite. The Mystic Shot gets blocked. Oh, big Brando bouncing between the two. There's the Ignite, and the heal's not going to keep Soraka alive enough, and she is going to go down. They finally pick up a kill on this Soraka, as Ezreal is just going to back out. Can't exactly. He is very strong, but not exactly capable of doing that 3v1. Unless he plays it really well or something. But anyways, again, more pressure. Xerath is just continuously attacking this tower right now, and right now Gang Unit is just, there's too much pressure. They they can't relieve each other of holding towers right now. They all need to possibly group and catch someone, but again, the risk with that is someone else just pushing another lane right now, because Xerath is just pushing middle and he can't be contested, and the Ezreal just has so much damage that he can't be contested bottom, and actually Warwick does go top along with Lee Sin to get this first tower right now. They are just pressing them in now. They do have wards on this red side, on the red side jungle for on the purple side. They're going to take this lizard buff too as Warwick starts to go on it. Looking at gold, it's still 11k now pulling out. Warwick actually has wriggle wits. Very standard, gives him, some durability and tankiness, and also some more sustain stacks on with his Hungering Strike and his passive. We do see Sona. Sona did lose the Oracle from the death, but she is going to be building into that Reverie. Almost has his Reverie there. They are pinging onto this, looking to possibly engage. Not quite, they do pull off. Meanwhile, we also have Xerath now. 3 rings, also has that Needless Rod, getting a huge chunk of AP, as well as Brand has 2 rings with that Rod. We do see Wukong also buying that Giant Spell, looking to maybe build possibly Warmogs, but I foresee probably Frozen Mallet coming out of that. Corki again just so far behind in items right now, as Lee Sin actually just goes by and flat out buys Frozen Mallet. So now he's going to be very tanky, he's going to be able to stick to people. Combine that with Cripple, it's very hard for them to get away. And it's also actually very good against Wukong too, because the stealth, the reveal that his skills have makes it hard for him to get away.
And I guess at this point, all that Gang's unit can do, they're just wandering around trying to respond to TEG, but they're being allowed to kind of go wherever they please.
All they can do is hopefully try to catch someone if they have enough wards. I don't think anyone has Oracle actually on. No, not anymore. TEG after the Soraka death. There is no more Oracle. So all they can really hope to do is, try to ward up, possibly catch someone, or try and farm as hard as they can. Other than that, it's just TEG. All they really have to do now is just, play at the pace that they're comfortable with, and just, poke, continue to poke, put pressure, and just, possibly force Gang unit to make a mistake. And this blue buff is just going to be picked up. Xerath going to take the enemy blue buff as well. Wukong and Lee Sin top right now. We do have them all here in this jungle, as that bottom lane, though, for purple side's pushing quite heavily. However, no Ezreal ultimate, but they do see them in here. Yeah, Warwick actually just walking out, no Infinite Duress coming out. Xerath now just starting to, now here comes the poke with his Xerath blue. Here comes Wukong, Nimbus striking in, and the Warwick actually uses the Infinite Duress onto Wukong. Wukong Silence not really able to start the initiation with Cyclone, and so they do peel that off quite nicely as Lee Sin starts to join them. Now the poking will probably begin. Soraka will just supply Ezreal with, endless mana, and he will just Mystic Shot down. It will just auto the turret, as well as, Xerath has blue, so Locus of Power and Arcano Pulses will just fly in. If he gets a stun off, we will see his ultimate start to bear, just rain down a lot of damage on this team in a huge AoE. They clear that so quickly with just that Arcano Pulse. And this Warwick now can just tank and just heal himself for days on end right now. So right now it's just poking and, gradually picking apart Gang unit to the point where they'll take the tower or, take the kill. There he does, just fires off the True Shot Barrage. More poke coming down, and Brad actually trying to answer back now with the Pillar of Flame. More Arcano Pulses coming down, and Lee Sin also spamming out Resonating Strikes.
Yep, they're able to poke down that inner turret. They're now working on the inhibitor. Does not look like either team is going to back out anytime soon.
The sustain that TEG has is just much higher than Gang units at this point. They don't have enough. So at this point they'll either force them to lose the tower, they'll force someone to go back, and if someone goes back, that's just free reign. Like right now, Sona and Mundo are currently off the tower right now, so if they decide to push now, they can actually just take a turret. Instead, they are backing out. It looks like they are heading towards the Baron Pit if that's what they want. And they can force the Baron Pit right now. They don't have an Oracle, so there is the one ward here that they will see. And they're actually going to go for this Baron right now, and this will actually die pretty quickly with the damage they have.
Yeah, the rest of Gang's units, they are on
half
their
health down.
way.
Here they come. Gang unit going to try and go on this. There's a Pillar coming down with a Seer coming. Rockets flying in right now. Getting knocked out, but this Baron is going to be taken right now, and they got to be careful right now. As Warwick is looking for that initiation, not quite actually, didn't try to get on that Infinite Duress. And they are going to pursue this right now. Again, gold just So far, Corki has just so little damage with only 3 blades. He's very gold starved right now. Ezreal basically 2k gold over him at 8,400 nearing. This Corki only has 4,200. Does have quite a bit of gold bank though, so we'll see. Maybe he'll buy a BF sword, maybe a Trinity Force. I don't know. He does pick up the BF to try and get some damage. And they do transition to the dragon, picking up that other dragon. The gold lead now 15k gold, 25 minutes and 8-1. TEG is actually in a very strong position right now. So again, with this Baron, like we've seen all these other games, all they have to do now is just buy up and start, to play, to their play comfortably and just continue to siege.
And speaking of sieging, we do see Fail Train here on Lee Sin trying to push him down on the top lane. They're trying to apply pressure to all 3 lanes, continue to make Gang's unit very stretched thin between all of their lanes, and they are already in a very precarious position, 15k gold behind at the 26-minute mark right now, and Dark Supremacy here picking up red buff for good measure.
And TEG can just split push. It's very hard to catch any of these without this very strong CC. Ezreal's very slippery. You can get Xerath can just get away with his long poke, and so can Lee Sin. So right now, just the game is basically fully in control of TEG right now. Again, going for this red buff. Wukong is not going to be able to get it. He does throw a ward down. Nope, just smites it, takes it, comes away. Lee Sin buying right now. Lee Sin opting for that Atma, so he is going to go or frat mogs, as people call it, or something.
Frat mogs.
No,
yeah.
fratma, or something. It is very strong. He's so strong right now, Lee Sin. Again, going to be that very tanky. Him and Warwick just put up a huge line. They are able to kite. He is opting for this Glacial Shroud, and he'll build down to a Frozen Heart, give himself a lot of cooldown reduction. And actually, with a lot of cooldown reduction, the Warwick ultimate gets very low on CD right now. Like right now, it's a 63-second cooldown on that suppression, and I think how much CDR does he have? 20. So if you actually extend that ultimate can get like, I think 40 seconds CD or something, like 48 or something. That's ridiculous considering how powerful Warwick ultimate is, especially when no one has QSS or anything. Looking at this other team on Gang unit though, there's just no real tank right now. Lee Sin's going for that Frozen Mallet, but only just has the small pieces to it. This Mundo almost has no tank stats like whatsoever. Like the 100 armor isn't going to be enough to keep him up, and he only has 1,400 health. That's not even gonna keep him alive, because the Corki even has more health. Although he is 2 levels higher, it's just not gonna be enough. So they lack the sustain, and right now TEG is just split pushing like this. Lee Sin just 3 against 2 as the rest of his team pressing top with this Baron buff right now. Xerath and Ezreal just gonna start sieging with poke.
We got Brand here with the components for our Rabadons, but he's not going to be able to find the time to back up. We got a Catalyst and a needlessly large rod here on Xerath, but his long range, that constant poke that TEG has right now on Gang's unit is proving to be very effective right now, being able to pressure all these lanes, and still Lee Sin able to take on the majority of the enemy team just by himself and keep them occupied long enough to let his teammates work their way on other turrets.
Ezreal should just be auto-attacking the turret right now. Not really taking any shots on it. Right now, True Shot Barrage. Big chunk of damage coming out out of 4 members of the team. You just keep poking. Lee Sin just on the bottom himself if he needs to. He needs to peel over. 6 levels above this Mundo. Has no problem there. However, most of this team now coming in. He's just going to back out right now. Here they go, just smacking it on that turret. Xerath laying down some siege damage. More pokes coming in, Mystic Shots coming everywhere. There's the Xerath ultimate coming down, taking out Sona quickly. Here comes Warwick, ulting the Brand, isn't going to get away. There's the Ignite onto Mundo as well. That Arcano Pulse, double kill for Xerath, taking out Mundo as well as Brand. And Lee Sin actually trying to go in on this and actually dies underneath the fountain turret. Instead, they're just going to come back down to the turret right now and take that. And there's the surrender from Purple Team. And now Gang Unit eliminated from the tournament as TEG. Once again, we see a very dominant game. Right from the get-go, just
Victory.
They had full control. The Ezreal got so far ahead, and just to the point where Gang Unit was just, it fell apart and they didn't have any sort of power to back it up. The jungle pressure didn't exist anywhere. Corki got so far behind, and Brand was pushed to his turret after a while with Xerath. And then Warwick ran around the Mundo jungle and even set him more behind, as we see again. The Mundo very low level 11. And just absolute domination coming out of TEG.
Yeah, 90 CS to 135 on Warwick, and just you don't even have to look at the gold count, or yeah, you don't actually have to look at the gold count, just the creep score and the kill death ratios and just the items overall. A very decisive win by TEG over Gang Unit.
Alright, so we'll be right back as we cut a little bit. We will see you guys soon.